Guys, it's more PBR here for ya, and it's been a while since I've used my Ubers, but I felt like using them because Ubers kick faces. It's just that everybody else that uses them is total noobs. So anyway, you get to sort of see the strategy behind my Entei and Rayquaza, and the strategy behind having Roar, but you kind of see it, but you also don't see it at all. So yeah. So probably the only reason why I fought this guy and kept the video is because he has 4 things that could be taken as Ubers. You know, he's got the Blissey, the Regigigas, the Groudon, and the Zapdos. I don't really know if Zapdos is considered an Uber, but he's pretty fast and pretty powerful, so you never know. So anyway, we're going to the Gateway Coliseum. So yeah, not a whole ton to say about the beginning, as always. So, we finally send out our guys, and he goes with Regigigas and Mismagius, and I go with Rayquaza and Entei. And this was a laggy battle for me. It was sort of laggy. It was laggy enough to where, you know, it's should I cut this or should I not? And then it's just not quite laggy enough to where I want to cut it. So, yeah, I didn't do a whole ton of editing, but I did some. But anyway, I go for Calm Mind on Entei, and then I go for a Dragon Dance on Rayquaza once this lag stops being annoying. This was a pretty short battle, though. Even with the lag, it was pretty short. It was around 7 minutes, so it wasn't bad. So anyway, he goes off with something I didn't really expect from a Mismagius. He goes with Skill Swap on his Regigigas, always a pretty smart move, because Regigigas really is pretty good if you can get rid of his slow start. So Calm Mind goes up, and get a bit of special defense and special attack. So yeah. And then I also go for Dragon Dance on Rayquaza to bring up my speed and my attack and start off a bit of the strategy. And then he goes for Ice Punch on Rayquaza, fail, and I have my Sash, and I live. You gotta love Focus Sashes because Yache Berries just aren't enough for Rayquaza. So anyway, I go for stupid lag. Hurry up! I go for Heat Wave, hit both of them, and then I go for Outrage. I was really going for Regigigas. I mean, I wanted to go for Regigigas, but it makes me hit Mismagius because Outrage selects a random opponent. So yeah, that's the downside to Outrage. But I don't think he can learn Dragon Rush, and I don't think I'd want him to know that anyway because it's so inaccurate. But anyway, Outrage goes off. Boom. And then, it was actually a pretty smart move for him to put a Focus Sash on Mismagius. Just in case they send out a Weavile and then they go for, Night Slash to try to kill it before he can set off the strategy. And then he lives through his Focus Sash, he goes for Thunder Wave. Really weird move. Because, you know, with his regular speed now, he's not really all that slow without a slow start. So, Heat Wave hits both of them. I get a critical on a Mismagius with 1 HP left. So that was kind of annoying. I take damage from the Life Orb, and Regigigas heals with his leftovers, which is really pretty weird, you know, because if you're using a skill swap strategy, there's not really any point to having leftovers. You should really just give him a Life Orb just to make him even more of a crazy attacker. So we'll go for Heat Wave one more time, and this was funny because I used Outrage on Blissey, and I totally destroyed in one shot. Because he must have thought that Outrage also alternates. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. And then he goes for Giga Impact on Entei, and he gets a critical hit. Boom. That's death right there. So, Entei goes down, obviously. I don't think, not a whole lot of things could survive that. And then I get confused from Outrage. So, yeah. Restore a little bit from leftovers, and then I send out Lugia. And then he sends out his last guy, his Charizard, and then I send out Lugia. This Lugia is awesome. So anyway, come on, it's getting boring. Can't keep joking about stuff if the lag is preventing me from, joking about stuff. But anyway, this part of the battle was really funny. You'll have to see this to believe it. Oh wait, hang on. It doesn't happen just yet. It happens in the turn after this one. So So I thought I would switch to Celebi, but then again, he has an Ice Punching Regigigas and a Charizard out there, so I thought against it. So then I go for Thunderbolt on Charizard. I have Thunderbolt so I can cover Entei's obvious water-type weakness. So we start up once more. One final time. Rayquaza is confused, and I break through the confusion and hit him with Thunderbolt. Nearly knocks him out, but I get Parahax, which pretty much saved the day. This is hilarious. Hold on. It's not this. It's in the next turn. Kaboom. I go for Aeroblast. It does like barely anything. And I don't get the critical. He gets Parahax, or I get Parahax, and his Regigigas couldn't move because he used Giga Impact. And I go for one more Aeroblast to finish off Regigigas, and this is freaking hilarious. Hold on just a second. Okay, two really awesome things happened in this turn. Hold on. Okay. Jeez, hurry up. You're making me look like an idiot, Rayquaza. Anyway, I go for Outrage one more time on Rayquaza, since that's what you select when you use Outrage. You go for Outrage on Faster. Check it out. Quick Claw, Parahax. That was awesome. That was like Quick Claw fail. That's so cool. That made me laugh out loud when I did this battle. That was hilarious. I guarantee that guy was like so pissed. That was awesome. I loved that. That pretty much saved the day. I don't think I would have won without that. Anyway, Quick Claw fail and a critical hit to finish off Regigigas. That was a hilarious battle when I fought him. And then he was really mad, obviously, because at the end he declines the friend pass. So yeah, that was a fun match for the Ubers. I never really get to use them a lot, because they're Ubers and I don't want to get addicted to them. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that battle, because I sure enjoyed fighting that guy. Alright, I'll see you in the next PBR battle, I guess. Bye.